Networking is the exchange of information and ideas among people with a common profession or a special interest. And what you're about to hear, see, and witness is two artists exchange info amongst each other like never before. This is Artists Meet Artists.
What's up, y'all? This your boy D2x, and I'm here with
Brittney Carter.
First things first. Honestly, I've been noticing your artistry and your music for some years now. I think the first time I got put on to you was I seen the iLLANOiZE interview I think it was a few years back, and I think that's when I started learning about your sound. And one thing I'm a fan of mostly is like the freestyles. And so give me a little bit, details on what made you like come up with that, because it be coming out of nowhere. Like no one knows when you're gonna do it. It be random, and then people go crazy off of that. So it's like I've always been a fan of like just the freestyle aspect of hip hop. I feel like it's very authentic. I feel like it's just a natural way of getting the consumer like keyed in on just the person behind everything else. Nothing else is just strictly music. So I feel like that's definitely helped you within your career so far. So just tell me like how did you come up with that, and like how do you even think of like what to put together?
The idea evolved over time, but I can't take full credit for it. Yeah. The first few I did, like they probably got maybe 200 views.
Yeah.
But it was cause like the lighting wasn't right. Yeah. It'd be like real small stuff like that like make or break a video or like how people receive it. And so I'm thinking like they're cool. I'm just like, yeah, like I'm gonna just keep doing it like this. And so my boyfriend was like, how about we try to do it this way? And so the first one we did was, I think it was like to like the Hard Part 4. Mm-hmm. And people like really liked it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm just gonna keep doing them. Yeah. But I just do them randomly. Like sometimes I just be in the crib listening to instrumentals, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna record this, and we usually just pick outside somewhere, like somewhere really close. So I
feel like honestly, like that's a version of a music video in itself. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I look at it. And also, I feel like it's very it helps you a lot just because of this day and age with social media. Like people only gonna listen to something for a minute or maybe even 30 seconds. So I feel like you hitting people with instant content, and it'd be so much substance in your words. And I feel like that's what makes you very unique than most people, because a lot of people don't do that and can't pull it off like the way you do. So
thank you.
I admire that.
I'm glad people receive it that way, because sometimes I be thinking like, oh man, I don't even know if people gonna like this, because I just know it's so different. That's what I be thinking sometimes, like not so much anymore, but definitely in the beginning, because I know just like the stuff that is like mainstream, it's just so different. Yeah. And so in the beginning it was just like, I don't really know. So I just kind of just stuck with it because it made sense, really.
Got another question. What made you get into music in the first place? How did it all start?
Ooh, that, me and Biko were just talking about that. It is a very unique story. I was doing poetry, and people just kept asking, like, did I rap? And I'm just like, not at all. Really? Not at all. I started going to these workshops at YCA, and that's how I met Essie and Freddie, Oso, Bella Boz, and we did that all-women cipher together. And that was the first musical thing I had been a part of. And just from there, I didn't really drop anything right after. It took like some time because I wasn't so used to making music. And that's kind of how it all started.
And I'm trying to think. This is a good question. Out of your whole entire catalog, what is your favorite or top 2 favorite songs that you've created as just a listener? Not even, like as artists, like it's hard for us to choose, but if you could just sit back, like what's those songs that you play the most that you could really just go back to and feel like, what, I can't believe I made that?
Definitely Supplicate, the joint that Ro made. Mm-hmm. His production is just, I think that's what pulls me in. I just want to listen to it. I'm like, dang, okay. Yeah. That one and the one with Amber, Everything I Need.
Yeah, I love that song. I was just playing that. Yeah. I played that, I ain't gonna lie, I played that the other day, and it's like, first time I played it, really I was just trying to catch the vibe. And then like, as I keep playing it more and more, I'm like really like listening to what you're saying. I know you basically talked about your mom on there, and like that really hit home for me because it's like, I feel like it's just like inspiring to see like a female artist from this city that's standing on her own and really like putting music together like that. So it's like I definitely admired that song. I think another song of yours I like is Heavy Crowns. Is that the name of it?
I know what you're talking about.
The court in the background.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song again?
Paper Crowns.
Paper Crowns, my bad.
Like, I'm like, I don't even know the name of it.
Made a name and then I made some noise. Word around town, we all lashing all the bigger boys. Bar is low and the money slow. Still I'm on the grind, working on my discipline. You know it's a rocky climb, built for this.
I love that track, and I've always been a fan of jazz music and jazz samples and things of that nature. So like that's probably everything. Is it everything I need?
Yo, yo. I got everything I want. And I got everything I need. When I'm tripping, ungrateful, bad days, y'all wait a good man. It's hard to remember these things. I got everything I want, yeah. And I got everything I need. When I'm tripping, ungrateful, bad days, y'all wait a good man. It's hard to remember these things, yeah.
My favorite songs of yours, it's definitely, I think it's called Nights.
Nights?
Yeah.
You really heard that song? That's crazy.
For the new years, about new times, got new goals, got new flows, got less hoes. I've been bold, my nigga. No, I'm getting close to my goals. So I stop chasing that rose. More important shit for my soul, my nigga.
I didn't know that. That's old. Well,
So
that's
when I followed
crazy.
you or whatever, and I seen like all the homies followed you, I just like went on Apple Music and just like went through all your stuff. And so it's Nights and it's like Lights.
This the moment I've been waiting on. Many blessings I've been praying on. Remember when they doubted me, I never stopped and I can't never fucking wait alone. Back against the wall, rushing through it all. You know I can't never break it all. Where I'm from, they pray to see you fall. When I needed help, they never call.
Lights,
Yeah, Lights is like the first one, right? And then
Yeah.
like down some, maybe like the 7th track or something. It's like Nights. So.
And the story on Lights, I created that in my dorm room my junior year of college. So this was like 2017, December 2017, and I was going through a lot at the time. And honestly, that was the first song that I recorded. No, actually the second, but that was the first song. I wrote Night. I mean, I put out Nights first. Put out Nights and like
Yeah, because you put out it as a single, right?
Yeah, like February of 2018. Then like my EP Enjoy Life came out, you know, the following summer in August. But Lights was the first song I recorded, and then I recorded that in like probably like March 2018. And the vibe that it gave me, honestly, I never really got a chance to break it down as much as now as I did then. I probably said it slightly, but if you listen to Kanye West Spaceship, and if you listen to the beat of Lights, it's very similar. And that came from my producer, Kid Marquise, and like we grew up together, and we was always inspired by like Kanye West. So Kanye definitely played a role in my music as far as his art he creates and things of that nature. So, but Lights and Nights and the whole Enjoy Life project, like everything that inspired that project was like Kanye, Mac Miller, even Joey Badass. So it's like all of that is a part of my music that a lot of people still don't know to this day. So it's like in the future, I'm trying to sooner or later, I want to show people that side again. Cause
I think you should. I can hear like the difference between like the music that you have now and the music then, and it's both really good. Yeah. I think it's cool to show like different sides to yourself. So that's awesome.
I agree with you. I'm trying to get back on that. So it's like you, even artists like Asar, like you said, Ro, everybody, like I be listening to y'all and I just be sitting back like, man, like sometimes I just be inspired because it's like, man, like I can't wait till I get a chance again when I finally put things together to, create something
Look,
like
Ro
that.
is the man.
Yeah.
Like he got the production for
Yeah.
you. He's amazing, really.
I'm trying to get up with him, man.
Yeah. And he good
planning,
people, so
though.
that's a good thing. How long have you been doing music?
How long I've been doing music? I started making music in 2016, and before then, how I got into it, concluding that, like, my whole life I was playing basketball. Then I got to college at Western Illinois, which I've just finally graduated from.
Congrats.
Yeah, so I started there. That's when I first started figuring out what I wanted to do. And I was planning on walking on to the basketball team my freshman year, but then like something just hit me. Like I felt like God gave me a moment to really view things, and I feel like that was the first mature decision I made at being 18. And I was just thinking long term, and I'm just wondering, like, a lot of us that come through playing sports in this city, a lot of the people I've grew up with as well, like, we have this dream of being professional athletes and things of that nature, just coming where we come from. And I feel like when that dream seems like you be questioning it a little bit, like you don't know, this might not work out the way I wanted to, looking like being realistic with myself. And I just took the opportunity, like, to really be brave and be different. And I seen a lot of my friends around me that still wanted to chase this dream, chase this dream. And I feel like I could have continued to do that, or could have tried at it, but I just wasn't even thinking what ifs. I was going more so what God was telling me. And I felt like music was the thing that I needed to do to help people, and that's been my goal since day one, to get people through whatever they got to get through in life, either making them happy, just giving them inspirational things and things of that nature. So I think basically that's why I started. I wanted to be a person that people could look at for inspiration and to change their life in any way possible.
So how did you manage, like, being in school and making music?
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
It's just time management.
Yes, and like from the outside looking in, it might look easy to many people. And really, I wasn't always revealing that I was in school as much. I was trying to keep, like, me being an artist, like, on the forefront. But man, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, my journey and my route through these 4 years wasn't easy at all, and it was definitely different from most people. From a lot of people that I know, like, coming up through college, they always tell you, like, you gotta get the school behind you, you gotta do this and that.
Yeah.
And me, I've never, like, I'm social, but at the same time, like, I could be an introvert at the same time. So it's like I don't really feel comfortable trying to get a million people that I don't know walking up to them like, hey, listen to my music, or doing that. I really organically gained listeners from my school, from, like, just playing at the gym, on campus, or just running into people in class, or they might even follow me on social media and don't even know we in the same class. Yeah. And then they might all like, you D2X, or you so-and-so. So I felt like I basically just, like I said, I just followed what, I just prayed about it. I prayed that to God that, he could just give me an outlet and a way to feel comfortable with growing my brand the way I wanted to do it. And, I just never been the type to party and none of that. So it's like, I wasn't really around people like that all the time. Like, I used to do my work, go to my dorm.
So your free time, you was just making music.
Making music, exercise, stuff like that. Like, that's what I like being to myself a lot, but I can be cool with people, but at the end of the day, it's like, I can't really try to force a million people to listen to me. I just really just had a lot of faith, to be honest, and I really was also just focusing on, like, knowing that I'm gonna have to graduate from this school one day, so let me keep getting my foot in the city first. Also at my school, but I was more so focused on the city because I know I'm gonna have to be here once I'm done. So I used to take train rides. My mom would give me like a 10-ride pass, and I had 2 months to use those 10 rides. So every time I came back home, I'd get right in the studio. I swear I record like 3 songs. And I remember one session, I just sit out, like when I'm waiting on somebody's session, I'll be writing like extra songs outside, just sitting on the floor or sitting on the chair somewhere in the corner, just writing. And So basically what I'm saying is like coming back home was like go time. Like I knew that I ain't got that many rides and my mama not finna keep paying all this money for me to take the Amtrak back to Chicago. So it's like every time I come back home, I'm gonna record and then I'm gonna hold them and then I'm gonna just really just be strategic and when I drop just to keep people fed. But like really, I ain't really had many songs like that, but I made it seem like it because like I always just valued my time and took advantage of it.
You seem real strategic.
Yeah.
I think talking to you, maybe I'm starting to think like maybe introverted people like make better music.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
I think so.
Me too.
You think so too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think introverted people like who kind of like to stay to themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know, cause that's how I am. I really can't like be around a lot of people when I'm like actually making the music.
Yeah.
Performing it is cool, but when I'm like actually like going through the process of making it.
I remember when I first started. I don't do that I don't really do it no more. Like it just be me and the producer, my producer Glowhine. It'll be me and him. Maybe not even nobody at this point. It's just me and him cooking. But back then, man, I remember one time I brought a friend to the studio. He brought like 3 other people that I didn't even know at all. This was like 2017, and it threw me off. I literally couldn't. I was recording horrible. Like I'm thinking like, oh, these people showing up. So you know what? I'm finna go crazy. Like I've been going crazy. Like the last few sessions, I'm like, oh, this session gonna be good. Man, that went the total opposite. Like, it went downhill. I went home. I ended the session early. I told the engineer like just I'm gonna pay you for the time that I was here and I'm gone. Like I know I got an hour, but I left in like 20 minutes.
I be kicking people out. Like
I got up out of there. Like my whole mind was thrown off, and it's like I didn't want to take it out on nobody. So I went home, and like I really felt like I lost my superpowers, like Superman and Kryptonite.
Be
like,
making you feel bad.
man,
on it.
but
I'm already knowing.
I bounced back, and like a week later, I recorded like 4 songs. So I just say that to say like, yeah, it's like with me, I want my process to really, even if I'm in a room with other people, I want everybody in the room to like be respectful of the process and also just being open to whatever I'm doing. Because sometimes, well, from the people I've met in the past, they want you to make this certain type of stuff and all that. And it's like, I just want to do whatever I'm feeling. So it's really just being me and a producer. And that's when we could really lock in with no distraction.
Yeah, same.
What about you?
Oh, it's the same. Like, I don't typically create at the studio. Most times I try to like make everything at home. And so when I'm at the studio, I can get as much done as I can.
Yeah.
And usually I don't like anybody there. Like, I don't even care if we homies. Like,
Man.
you can't go with us. If we like on the feature, like if they on the feature with me, then of course. But when I'm like making stuff for like my stuff that I'm about to release, I just need it to be like real quiet. Like I don't need no distractions, cause you know how the process be. Like people watching you, like, man, I think you should do this different. Like, no, I don't need that right now. Like I got this.
So now that you're saying that, like I got a good question to ask you. As an artist, I know that we try to be perfectionist as possible. My question to you is, what is the biggest pet peeve about your own self when it comes to you as an artist or just creating music? Like, what is one thing you wish, like, man, this get me every time when I'm trying to create or do whatever? So
it doesn't give me as much now, but you know how you go through periods of time where you making all this like raw stuff and it's like, okay, like I'm in my own zone. And then you hear instrumental, you like, I can't write to it. Like I go through that sometimes. And what I've learned as of recently, it's just sometimes you just gotta take a break. You gotta like experience stuff. I think it's hard to create things when you haven't like lived. So I've been trying to like give myself breaks more after I finish like writing some stuff. That's really all. I had to learn that.
No, I agree with you because I've definitely been there, and I feel like I still deal with it from time to time. Just man, it's like you'll have this beat and you'll be feeling like, man, I know I could do something special to this, but it might not be. I'm learning, like as you said, I'm learning to just be patient and just balance time out and just letting things flow naturally. You know, I think the problem that I have that I really, it's like a bug on my shoulder when it comes to me like having like too many beats in my phone. I be having 1 million of them and they all be sounding good.
That's a good problem
and
though.
That be bothering me because it's like, but now that I'm out of school officially, like now I feel like I got more time to figure out like what sounds good, and I don't have to just be in my head all the time. But being at school, it was even worse because I only have 2 days because I came home on weekends.
Yeah.
And only got this certain amount of time to get whatever done, and I just like beat selections has always been like a pet peeve of mine because you got a million beats and it's like you don't know what to put out or what to put together. Like sometimes I be like in the past I didn't try to already do like 5 EPs and all of them scrap because it's too much that I'm having that one period of time and then another moment comes and now I'm feeling a different type of way and it's like dang, all this other stuff that I was just inspired by now don't even mean nothing because now I'm on something else. So now I'm learning to basically take things slow and just record in time periods, whatever you're dealing with, and then when you look back on it, when you finally feel like you're done, then you can bring it all together.
Yeah, that's what I had to learn too, like the instrumentals, having so many. And so what I've been doing lately is getting one instrumental that I really like, and I'll give myself like a timeline. So I treat it just like somebody on a song with me. And that's what I had to learn how to do. Like, I'll get an instrumental, I'm like, okay, come up with a hook or a verse or something, and I'll just stick with that one. And I won't like,
you don't play nothing else?
I'll be tempted to.
Yeah.
But it helps me like with the creation process. So I'm not like hearing a different instrumental and getting a different emotion and trying to write like 2 different things at one time.
Do you ever catch yourself like once you make what you made, like you might get inspired by what you created and then you might just leave the other stuff that you was
definitely. Sometimes it's hard, like the songs that I feel like maybe I can't finish, or I'll try to give it to somebody, like you can hop on this, because then it makes it easier. So I'm like not stressing about like, oh, I couldn't finish this song. So the joints that take a little more time, I'll just send them out to other people and get feedback, or maybe if they want to hop on it, it helps.
Next question. What? You know what? Okay, I got this. So. This year, 2020, has definitely been like a surprising year. Many surprising events. So many things have happened with everybody quarantining. Things are starting to open back up a little bit, but even with racial issues, all type of things. Basically, what I'm asking is, as an artist, what has, and really just as a person, like what has this year meant for you? Do you look at it in a negative way or positive or both?
More so positive. I'm a homebody, so it's been real cool. That break, like that 4-month break that we had, loved it. That last month got me though, because I was just like, I'm getting cabin fever now. I want to get outside. But I really enjoyed being in the crib. I had a lot of time to work on stuff, a lot of time to figure out exactly like how I wanted to roll out my project and things like that. So I was pretty happy about it, and spending more time with my family, and that's cool because I got a pretty big family. And all our schedules are like everywhere. So it was cool to actually like spend time with them and like just chill.
And I agree. I feel the same way. I honestly feel like it was a blessing in disguise. Even though, other people that, we may know, or things that's going on in the world, some might not view it that way, but I'm just speaking like from a personal experience. Like I feel like this year was definitely a time period that felt like God just slowed things down a little bit and gave us time to figure out how we could move in a better direction with life in general. And I feel like this was the time that a lot of us needed, because we, when everything was the way it was before, everything started, like everything was just on the go.
Fast pace.
Yeah, and like, and even as an artist, like show, studio, video, like everything, and it's like now, when things slowed down a little bit, it gave us time to figure out how can we move better in the future. And if you're using this time wisely, I feel like it can only help you. And I feel like that's what it's done for me, and I'm sure you could.
Oh yeah, I feel the same way. Had a lot of time to be more reflective, and I don't know, just spend time alone. It's been real cool. I feel like I've grown a lot just as a person. Just from like being alone. I think like we need that sometimes. And before, all this stuff happened, my life was just kind of like going. And I had a lot of time to just spend by myself.
And speaking on this year as well, also we know like live performances have been put on hold, and speaking on that, even we don't know really what's gonna happen at this point. They could be pushing it back for 3 more years. We don't know. But just looking back from just appreciating what we've done so far, what could you say was like your favorite show that you performed, or what are some memories? It could be multiple or whatever the case may be.
I think it was the last one that I did with Vocalo. I don't know the name. I can't think.
It was the block party.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I had a really good time. It was a really good day. It was a really good day, and like everybody performances, like seeing Ad perform like some of the joints from his project, dope. Being able to perform with Angie, that was like real tight, and I just really enjoyed myself. It was really cool. I think I was really comfortable for that performance. What about you?
Probably I performed at Illinois State University last year, and like that was the most money I ever made in one night.
Hey.
But like I was happy because it was like I can't believe that I'm in college right now and I'm able to headline a show that's in front of college students that's my age or even older than me. And honestly, I feel like that was probably my favorite show I've done, just for the simple fact that I was able to perform, but after my performance, like I had like I don't know how long the speech was, but it wasn't super long, but it was like 10 minutes. I just got a chance to really like look at every single person in the crowd, no matter what color they was, and able to have like a personal connection with everybody. And like, man, that just gave me more insight on what my purpose is. And I feel like, you know, I'm learning that each and every day. And even as an artist, sometimes I might even sway from realizing what, like I really feel like what I'm truly in this business to do, and I want to help people. So I feel like that was the day that really made me realize like I'm meant to do this, and that was probably my favorite show.
That's love.
Yeah. When are we getting a Brittney Carter project?
Well, today I actually just finished doing my photos for the project, so very, very soon. Very excited. So.
I had seen one time, I seen you was like in the recording process of it, like a few times. It wasn't a lot. I think it was like a clip that Hot Rod had put up that he was on, but I was just excited. And then, like I said, with the freestyles you've been doing, that's been getting me excited for the project. So my question is, also is like, what are you really a fan of the most when it comes to production with hip hop? Like, do you love soul samples or? I'm
not picky at all. I love it all. I don't care what type of instrumental over it. Like as long as it makes me feel something, I'm good. Like, cause if you listen to most of my songs, they're all like really different. Yeah. And so it just depends on how I'm feeling at the moment.
I got a question for both of y'all. What would a D2X Brittney Carter feature sound like?
I mean, just let me know.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I feel like it's gonna be well balanced. It's gonna be, man, I feel like it's gonna hit the city hard. Honestly, I feel like it would definitely be a great idea, just for the simple fact that we don't really see, we don't really see collaborations as much in this city as we should.
I agree.
Really from the hip hop community, like
I definitely
with two like well put together artists coming together. And honestly, like I feel like we could be also like the leaders of like this city and the upcoming, when it just comes to the simple fact of putting the message out there that like the connection between men and women, and it ain't, and I feel like we are equal. Like honestly, I feel like you just as good as any male in this city or better.
Thank you.
Like real life, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
Honestly view you like that, because some people view female artists as like, they decent, or
she good for a girl.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, but you like you really got it, like for real. And it's
I appreciate it.
I feel like, man, I just feel like that would really make a statement.
Just let me know when. I got
down.
time.
I'm down.
So I can send you some stuff, or you can send me some stuff. I'm all open.
I'm definitely down for that. And I got some stuff I'm working on too, so man,
That's perfect.
I'm down for it.